From the Standing Stone Farm Studio right outside downtown Nashville, it's time for the most ridiculous sports podcast in the world. So sit back, relax, and listen as Bobby Butler and Brandon Bond crack open a cold one and talk all things hockey, pop culture, and complain about everyday situations. It's the Pucks Out Podcast on the Penalty Box Radio Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into episode 8 of the Pucks Out Podcast. I'm Bobby Butler. With me, as always, Mr. Brandon Bond.
Hey-o.
It's time to crack open another cold Sierra Nevada Hazy Little Thing IPA, the official beer of the Pucks Out Podcast. And let's talk hockey, recent event, and some pop culture. What do you say, bud?
Yeah, we can do that stuff for sure. Some of that's not happening right now. So I guess current events would probably need to come up during this episode.
Yeah, a little bit more.
Unprecedented, man. Like we have. Oh, I haven't even cracked this beer. Like
I was waiting for you.
That's how crazy this week has been, man. Everything's shutting down. No NBA, no hockey.
Yeah.
Fantasy playoffs just up in the air.
Yeah, make sure you go find us on the 3 majors of social media at Pucks Out Pod. How are you doing this week, buddy?
Man, I am doing okay. I mean, circumstantially, it's been like day 3 without sports. So
yeah.
That's been, extremely rough on me.
Yeah, we had a pretty fun weekend. We just got back. We literally just got out of the car driving back from a mini vacation to Columbus. We were planning on going up there to watch the hockey game. That got canceled, but we had an Airbnb. We got a buddy up in Cincy, so we decided to make the trek. It was pretty empty. We obviously took precautions because of the coronavirus going around, but we're a little hungover.
Yeah.
A little slow today.
Just more slow just from the travel. But
yeah,
it's all good. We don't, we're gonna probably have a shorter show this week. I guess also one of the casualties would be our games of the week.
Hey, you know what? Unfortunately, no winner, no loser.
It was neck and neck, and the thing is, we may never know who would have come out with that victory. So.
But I do know I took the last W though of the season, so one could say I am the champion.
Right, I mean, it's one of those next basket wins type situation. The kid that's always losing by like 40, he's like, "Hey, next basket wins." So, I guess under that rationale, Bob, good way to go, champ. Way to go, champ.
I'll be ordering my ring here soon.
Okay, get you a little ring.
All right, so I guess let's move straight into the news. Coronavirus is upon us, and that means no sports.
Officially a pandemic from the CDC and World Health Organization.
And we just got news right before we started recording from sources that Columbus just shut down all their bars as we left.
Yeah.
So maybe it was us, maybe it was coronavirus. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll never be able to tell. And the thing is, this is a serious situation. You gotta, but with serious stuff, taking necessary precautions and being safe, you still gotta joke around. You still gotta be light. So we don't want anybody freaking out. We want everybody staying appropriately safe. I mean, so Gary Bettman came out and said he thinks that hockey's going to be playing again next week, and I think that is very irresponsible. Even if it's possible, right? Even if it was potentially possible for them to get it up next week, why are you telling us that right now? Like everything.
Yeah. Why don't we wait till we have something set in stone?
Yeah. Can we? Yeah. Exactly. Can we just not say anything about it?
Yeah. Like that's the kind of stuff you tell the players in a private email from the league,
right? So
that they can kind of start getting ready. But we have no reason needing to know that because more than likely they're not going to be back next week,
right? Because it wasn't like sources said, like he came out and said it, right? It wasn't
like
just
you can't say that
out.
and then the next day the city of New York just closed all public schools. That's not going in the right direction to bring the league back,
right?
But when the league eventually comes back, how do you think that they'll bring the league back?
I think that they should just do points percentage of games played. Let's not try to figure out how to play some regular season games and that kind of stuff. Just whoever is in those spots are in those spots, and we start the playoffs is realistically, I think the easiest way. I think we were talking this weekend, though, about doing just a March Madness style bracket of all the teams.
Yeah.
Only teams that's not allowed to play
As if they've been eliminated. So Detroit.
Yeah, exactly. Detroit, you're out. We're gonna replace them with the KHL All Stars.
Yeah.
So that would be dope. I wouldn't even care how long that would take. That'd be
They
awesome.
should just substitute the entire next season.
Yeah, just the whole next season is just this tournament.
And every round is a best of 7.
Yeah. This will be months, and honestly, it would be awesome.
Unless your team gets knocked out in the first round.
Yeah, I guess, but it would still be
Yeah.
awesome. I just don't think that they should push everything back if they can help it. You know?
I mean, I agree. It'd be nice to see the remainder of the season, but at the same time, like, the Preds are in the playoffs, so the Preds fan in me wants it just to start now.
Yeah.
Because the Wild would be out. So
Right. Yeah, as a fan, that's a great way to end, like, with a little luck.
If they do points percentage, those 2 Dallas games were very important then.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, I absolutely, as a fan, it's awesome. You always want to be lucky rather than good necessarily. So, but I mean, I think that's just the right way to approach it anyway. Why try to figure out this whole situation where you finish out 12 games? We're not talking 50 games or something like that. We're talking about 12 hockey games. I mean, 70 hockey games is enough time to know what team you are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like these last 12 games are always fun and exciting because it's down the stretch and it's always shifting. But it's been like that up to this point. And so that's what I think really just makes the most sense is just them doing it that way. What about you?
Yeah, man, I agree. I think doing it off point percentages is the most efficient way to get it done. It depends on how long they have to, postpone the season for.
Right.
If this is postponed for another 3 months, possibly, then the playoffs, they might have to do the first 2 rounds best of 5 or something.
Well, people have been just simming games on like NHL and stuff. And so, yeah, man, that's that. I mean, yeah, if it's too long, I think you just got to call it.
Yeah, eventually,
really
they just have to cancel the season at some point.
Exactly. I mean, it's not completely unprecedented that would happen anyway. So,
well, we don't have much news to talk about, obviously. So we were just driving, and we have a little doc of like just brainstorming things that we can talk about. So we just pulled some stuff all that. So let's talk favorite jerseys in the NHL. Brandon, what are some jerseys that pop out to you that you just love, dude?
As far as just like classic, like I'm when it comes to jerseys, the more simplistic and like classic they are, the more I love them a lot of times. And so there is nothing better to me than the classic Canadiens Habs jersey.
Yeah,
man. There's the red, just the blue shorts, like that was just one that always really stuck out with me. But I mean, if we're talking flashy or cool, you really like the orange Edmonton ones, right? That's like one of your
my 2 favorite. And I always said that if I wasn't a Preds fan, if I had to pick another team purely based off the jerseys they wear, it'd either be Edmonton or San Jose. I love San Jose.
San Jose.
I love that teal that they got in San Jose, man.
Yeah, I think I really like the Sharks as well. I think that they could even do a little more with that. I feel like they don't utilize it enough. Whereas, let me hit you with this. I like that orange Oilers jersey that you're talking about. But I really, really like the Anaheim Ducks orange, but with like the D2 Mighty Ducks mask logo. Yeah. Like, that was always growing up. I don't know if any of you guys are going to remember starting lineups, but I still have a bunch of starting lineups somewhere, and I always had a Paul Correa when he had that purple with that Mighty Ducks logo. Man, I just love that jersey, and it's nostalgic.
What I also really like is the buffalo with the gold buffalo. That's sick.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I think
there's so many cool.
I found this one right. I found one right before we started recording that and I hate the team. It's the Jets. Alt jersey. The light blue with the Jets script. Yeah.
I also really, really like the Hurricanes third jersey that says Canes across it. Yes. We got to see them play in that, and they whipped our ass in those. Yeah. So because they were sick. They were sick.
Yeah. Yeah. So one jersey that's going to get a lot of hate. I'm the only person I know who's ever said anything good about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Islanders jersey with the actual like sailor on it.
Oh no, that one's lame. I hate that one.
I don't get why people hate it,
because
man.
it looks like a single A like level of gameplay.
I just love the color scheme.
It looks like something one of the few options you'd get when you're creating a team in any type of video game, dude. That's why people hate it.
All right, so let's move on from talking jerseys and what would have been games of the week. None.
Again, that we're tied.
We're gonna do a little mini draft of NHL mascots for a battle royale.
And just to be clear, it's
Team
team
name.
names.
Yeah,
We're basing on
because we can't go off the costume mascot because some of them are just stupid, and Gritty would win.
Right, Gritty would be the number one, and then it's close number two. The killer whale up in Vancouver would probably be the.
So how do we want to decide who goes first?
I guess we can go. I guess you can go first since you got the last final victory of games of the week.
All right.
So
I think
it.
in this there's a clear 101 and a clear 102, and those are going to be taken right off the board. And after that, you got to get, and that is for me the 101 is the Tampa Bay Lightning.
And okay, so you're going to take the Lightning. Are we snake drafting?
Yeah, so you get two picks, and then I'll get
two picks, and then
are we doing four? Are we doing 4 picks each or 5?
We're gonna do 5. We'll do 5.
Okay.
Will that end appropriate? It doesn't
I don't
matter.
know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. We may do 5.
We're
or
learning
6,
as we go.
So you have the Lightning. Obviously, that's a great pick. I think there's 2 actually. 101, 102, 103. Very easy pick. I guess it would be 201. But I'm gonna take the Avalanche and the Hurricanes. So
Okay.
I'm gonna come at you. This is gonna be like I guess an arena style, and boom, we're gonna have a big fight there. You got the Lightning going.
Okay.
So
One of them we're going to need to clarify one on.
okay.
But that not my first pick of, I guess this is 202 now, the Devils.
Okay.
And now listen, I'm not a religious man, but I'm taking the devil as he appears like in movies. Like he's the devil.
Yeah.
He's got
but
powers.
Like,
he's
he's like a little like limited powers, right?
Yeah,
like,
he's not.
He's
he's
like
he's not
limited in
omnipotent, but
right. But like he can like make you see stuff, and
and he can also probably kick your ass in a fight.
So like I would imagine he gets some demons to battle with him, alongside the Lightning.
My next pick.
Okay, that's fair.
My next pick, the Oilers. Okay. Am I getting just dudes who mine for oil, or am I actually getting oil?
Well, I mean, like in a sense that you have the oil as a commodity, you can have it, but you can't use it in the battle because it is the Oilers and not the Edmonton Oil.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is that I feel like that's fair, a fair approach on that. So
then that kind of throws. This is when you have to start tilting a little bit because
gotta go for preferences here.
Because now, like you're either left with animals or you're left with just some dudes. Like some Canadian, some Bob from down the street.
Which can be, I mean, the Oilers are a solid group, so.
Yeah, but, I mean, any, like, animal would beat them. So question then. Blackhawks, am I getting, like, a group of Native American warriors? Yeah,
I would say you get, like, a Blackhawk tribe.
Okay.
Like, it's not just going to be the one guy, because we want this to be a good, serious
Well, that's not where I'm
going
to go. The only thing left, and I'm already starting to till, is, I guess, fire, and that's the Flames.
Okay, I was thinking Flames.
I almost didn't pick them, and then at the last minute, my eyes went over there and saw Flames. I was like, oh god, I gotta take those.
Okay, so those are not bad picks, but I feel like you missed another clear answer here.
There was one, and it's not going to come back to me.
I will be taking the Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah, I was going to take that over the Flames, but
I mean, obviously, I would have taken Flames if you didn't, but I feel like the Jets
because Flames can take down a Jet. Jet can't just put out. I mean, unless you're wasting your jet on with water.
Right. Well, I've got some Hurricanes, so I can kind of give some cover to my Jets, and then also the Avalanche will come down and kind of give me
be melted.
Yes, exactly. Well, by the flame, but your Flames are going to need to be back covering.
They're multiple flames because they're plural. Yeah,
but like you have I would imagine in this instance you have a finite flame. You don't just control all fire ever. You have a certain amount of flame. So okay, so I think I'm gonna need some dudes and some fellas to actually fight the battle and get on with me. I'm gonna rephrase that.
Need some dudes to get on with. All right.
I need some actual humans here to to kind of come in and lead this and control these avalanche and this hurricane and be the leader. So looking at the mascot itself, I would say there's a pretty clear couple of options here. I want to go with the Ottawa Senators. The Senator, I mean, they don't look like they're just like politicians that are like at the at Congress. They look like they look like
the guys from 300.
Sure, they seem like politicians in the sense that like Gerard Butler was a politician.
All right.
So I'm gonna take the Senators. They're gonna be commanding the Jets.
So now this is when it starts getting hard, and we've each drafted 3 so far.
I've drafted 4, and you have drafted 3. So.
Question.
Yes.
What do we do if the thing we take, and they're in a different environment?
Like you're thinking of the sharks here, right?
Yeah. Because a shark out of water is pretty useless.
Right. Well, we could. How about it's like a beached coliseum where we have like some access to water and land, and so everybody's getting.
And at the end of the day, you'd have to get in the water to kill my sharks if you want to win.
Sure. Well, and what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna have my jets on like an air carrier in the. You
better hope your hurricane doesn't get close to the water, or else it's picking the sharks up and throwing them around the battlefield.
And then we get a Sharknado type situation. It's, obviously we have a lot of elemental options here. I would say that we want to make this, maybe we'll do like a situation where there's 3 battlefields, like a neutral battlefield.
And at the end of the day, it's up to Twitter to decide.
So we're going to post these.
Question,
we're going to let you vote.
What is a red wing, and how does that affect? Is it just tires with wings on them? I get to throw them.
I always think of that like boot company. But no, I have no idea. I was not planning on exploring it anymore because I got a couple of options that I want to.
So I get 2 picks here.
You get 2 picks here, and actually, let's do teams of 6.
Okay,
and then that way I will get a double set of picks, and then you get the final pick.
All right, so I'll counteract your humans with my own humans, and that's the Golden Knights.
Okay, yeah, that was obviously the other option there with somebody to kind of run the helm. So,
and then I need an animal.
Right.
So there's a couple good animals you could take here.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, penguins, group of penguins, but no.
They got hockey sticks in their hand too. So I feel like it's underrated. These particular penguins actually have weapons on their feet.
Does that mean the buffaloes get swords to go into battle with?
Yeah, but like it's like under them. They don't get to use them.
It's connected to their feet.
Right, exactly. Like it's like a sled.
Saber-toothed tigers are just relentless.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm going to go with some saber-toothed tigers with the predators.
Yeah, I feel like that was a good choice. And like realistically, predator could mean really anything. So like
So if you dropped Chris Hansen.
Right. right. I'm going to bring you in. I'm going to say, Nash. We got this transcript here, buddy. Okay, so a couple of good picks there. So I guess I am going to go with the Blackhawks here, though.
Yeah, that's a solid
one. That's going to be a good little battle, and I could really maybe like do some woods or something as my picked battlefield type of thing. So that is what I'm gonna go with. Then I got one more pick, correct? Maybe I just want to go with a situation where I go with the Blues. So we just have like a good morale in the camp, in between battles and stuff. But like the Wild, what does that mean? Does that mean I just like get everything?
I think it's just a bear.
A bear would be pretty sick to have, right?
But you just get one bear. Because if you wanted multiple bears, you could just take the Bruins.
True.
So it's
true. Do I need something specifically to counteract your?
You know what you
predator,
could take, and as a friend, I'm telling you this: ducks are pretty underrated. They might come in strong. So
that is true. And like the biggest thing, they could be like scouts for me and stuff. Nobody's worried about the duck.
If you get like a flock of like 100 ducks,
right? That's that's a good call. So, but Blue Jackets could be. Is that just like revolutionary guys? It's not an animal, right?
No. You got muskets,
which would be nice to have a little bit of gunpowder. But I really think I need something to counteract your saber-toothed tiger, the predator. But I just don't know if the Panthers are going to be like enough.
They would get
destroyed, right?
Yes, they would get absolutely destroyed. They might take one saber-toothed tiger out.
And obviously coyotes are something that we could kill with our
Yeah.
bare hands. So like, I mean, well, not we specifically, but
As
like
humans.
people that
Yeah.
we know.
Don't-
But you know, I guess I guess you kind of gave me this idea anyway. So I think I am gonna go with the Sharks because
Yeah.
you know, I mean, I got this hurricane here, and I'm gonna be able to bring it up into the fold. Where like, yeah, my shark is gonna die when it's out of water.
I'm gonna send lightning right into that hurricane and kill
Sure.
everything immediately.
Sure. Well, no, I don't know if it would kill all my sharks because they're going to be flying out. So don't simulate the battle for the people, man. This is for the people to decide. So I think I will go with the Sharks for my my final pick. So my full team, I have the Avalanche, the Hurricanes, the Jets, the Senators, the Blackhawks, and the Sharks are my squad of. I'm feeling good about it.
Yeah.
I'm feeling like the people are gonna be feeling mine too.
So the stars. Does that mean I get the power of a star?
You get
Up
one
in space?
I think you get one favor from Jerry Jones,
Okay. Oh, okay.
which could be better than stars. So,
Yeah.
And you know what I really should have gone with, and I'm not going to say it until after you pick, but I'm going to tell you in a second.
All right. So my half of the battle is going to be strategy right now. And who would I have all right now?
You have right now the Lightning, the Flames, the Devils, the Golden Knights, and the Predators.
So what I need right now, because those are a bunch of bloodthirsty
Right.
bludgeons.
You need something
I need
to
some
kinda rule
strategy.
yeah.
So you need a couple kings in
See,
there.
that was what I was saying. I
Yeah.
should have definitely gone with them probably over the
Now they're not just strong, but they're organized.
Sure.
They're in formation.
All right, so this should be a good little battle.
Yeah, so after this airs, we'll put this up on Twitter.
Okay.
It'll probably go past the characters, so I'll probably write it out and take a picture and put a poll up.
Right.
And we'll see who wins.
Yeah, and I guess what we'll do is just put in that one neutral environment and one environment picked by, just who you think would win. Whatever environment you would decide to pick and fight with these guys, let us know, because I think I'm going to whoop you, dude. I got air support, for goodness sake, Bobby. I mean, you kind of do too with the lightning, but
Because everyone knows that a big metal object in the sky does not attract lightning at all. It isn't
Right,
susceptible
but I'm gonna
to
have,
electricity.
I'm gonna have like teams of jets, bro, and like I would imagine that some of these jets are probably remotely piloted. So forget that lightning. So I think it's gonna be a really good battle royale, and it's not gonna be as fun as beating you in games of the week, but it is gonna be fun to beat you in something new again. So.
All right, so let's move on to, what we could call outside the NHL. Not much going on outside the NHL either.
Everything is outside the NHL, and nothing is happening.
So we've talked a little bit earlier about hockey jerseys. Let's talk about City Edition jerseys for the NBA.
Okay.
Thoughts on those?
Love them. This is something that I wanted to talk about that I put on the brainstorming doc forever ago, figuring that we would never ever talk about it just because, we got so much to talk about that why would we talk about jerseys that came out like forever ago? But there's a couple of them that I really like, and then there's some of them that I really don't. And there's some that we disagree on. Believe it or not, everybody. Like you really like the Mavericks one, correct?
Yeah, the spray painted.
I hate it. I didn't follow it because these jerseys are supposed to be representative of the city, and I did not like Mavericks jersey. I didn't find it to be very representative of Dallas based on our trip there.
Yeah, so I'm like looking around at some. The Wolves, actually, the Timberwolves, this one's not bad. The pink, that's solid. Yeah, I think it's last year's. And I honestly, I'm not a big NBA fan, so it's hard for me to know this one's the current one.
Well, there's obviously one GOAT, and it's
Miami.
It's Miami's,
Yes.
dude.
That is-
Miami's is sick. The old school Miami Vice, and obviously that one's the coolest one.
The Pelicans
So,
is really cool too.
the NOLA and with the colors across the bottom, that's cool. March Sadness.
Yeah, they
You want to
can.
talk a little March Sadness, I guess?
We had just created our bracket challenge online for the podcast when
you
they
guys-
decided to cancel it.
You guys can still join. It's on it's on the ESPN Bracket Challenge if they haven't closed down the app yet. Name of it is Pucks Out Podcast, all one word. Password is Pucks Out Podcast, all one word.
Get
There
in
we
there.
go. Boom. Get in there. We'll see. We'll see what we can do. So I was intrigued, as much as I understand the decisions that were made. I was intrigued about watching a tournament like that of that capacity with no fans. in the
Yeah,
stands.
that would have been real interesting to watch.
That would have been extremely, extremely interesting because, I mean, some people were saying, oh, well, maybe the underdogs teams would be able to do better having no fans there, and it's really the opposite. I felt like,
because their fans might push them over the edge.
Right. Well, in the formats that they have 3 and 4 games at one venue, so like other teams' fans are there, and so like it's usually tradition to cheer for the underdog of the situation, and so it usually gets loud in there for those guys. So I was intrigued to watch that. So,
and I think it's easy to say that the NBA has a defensive player of the year.
Easy, really easy.
He shut down the entire league but missed one crucial block. Rudy Gobert,
you are the defensive player of the year. He's come out and apologized. But I mean, he was being real stupid and really lax about it.
Yeah.
Is he probably going to be fine? Sure. Was it super irresponsible? Absolutely. He was like touching players' faces and touching all the mics, and it's really karma for sure. But Donovan Mitchell, who has a locker right beside him, has it. There's already a Detroit Pistons player that has the virus as well. So, and you know who he guarded, Rudy Gobert. He had just guarded Rudy Gobert. So it's a little scary. And these guys, they said Christian Wood for the Pistons is not even really showing any symptoms, but he is tested positive for it. So that's something that teams are going to need to watch and maybe potentially check as well. So Olympics definitely going to have to get postponed. I'm guessing. I wanted to kind of talk about that.
As of yesterday, the Japanese Prime Minister Abe, he said the games will go ahead as planned without delay.
Yeah,
so obviously that will change.
That's very easy to say right now. Like that's like the NFL saying like everything's going to be cool as far as the season goes. Sure. I mean, you can say that when it's 6-7 months out. Leave us a little hope, please, in NFL and the Olympics. So I wouldn't see anyway. Tokyo is already a place that is like very hesitant to let people in anyway. And so like a worldwide event where at least 5 to 10 people from every country.
And the Olympic villages are known to not be super hygienic.
That and like, again, Tokyo, it's not like going to Japan is not like having the games in the US where these stadiums and events are spread out across the entire country. You know, I mean, so I would say that's probably gonna change here in the next couple weeks.
Yeah. So one thing I want to talk about, and this is kind of it snaps both of our sticks. So it's kind of an early what snaps your stick, and that is these sports stations missing out on a big opportunity to not be just showing great classic games of all different sports all the time.
Right.
Like they are just reiterating the same thing over and over again about how the situation sucks. Yeah, it is. But after it's been 3 days now of no sports.
Right, dude. Throw up Talladega. You know what I'm saying? 1983 Dega race or classic Wayne Gretzky 4-goal game.
Yeah. Or show like the entire 1980 Olympic hockey games.
Right. Like just stuff like that. Like how are you missing these opportunities where like people would watch? Like I know I would watch. Like
yeah.
I mean, I'm sitting here watching ESPN for and there's nothing going on. Like, so I would say that they're definitely, and I threw this on the doc when we talked about it. I was like, we got to talk about that, how they're missing this opportunity, and love to see some old school games that maybe you don't ever really get an opportunity to see because you're watching all of the new games and all the stuff that's going on currently. So definitely missing some opportunities for some great classic games, but I think that it's probably almost time for pop culture section. I think we got a mid-roll.
Mid-roll time.
Mid-roll, baby. Let's do it.
Today's episode of Pucks Out Podcast is brought to you by Sierra Nevada Brewing Company. Sierra Nevada has been family owned and operated since 1980. The number one craft brand in 2018 continues to be the number one selling hazy IPA and the fastest growing craft brand in 2020. Go get yourself the 2019 gold medal winning Hazy Little Thing IPA and experience the crisp and refreshing Magnum hops that they have to offer. Now back to the show. All right, guys, welcome back. Let's move into Joke of the Week. What do you got for us this week, Brandon?
Reporting here on the front lines, I came into this today with no Joke of the Week because, I mean, we've just been so busy and we got thrown for a loop. But I found one. And thank goodness that I did, because this is like not only this specific individual, it just so happens this is a Tennessee man that did this. But lots of people are doing this specific thing. Tennessee man sitting on almost 18,000 bottles of hand sanitizer, says he's doing a public service. He reportedly said that he doesn't want to become infamous for hoarding If I can make, and this is a quote from the article, if I can make a slight profit, that's fine, he said. I'm not looking to be in a situation where I make the front page of the news for being that guy that hoarded 20,000 bottles of sanitizer that I'm selling for 20 times what they cost me. It's a little late. It's a little late since you are on the front page of the news for doing that, but there's lots of folks doing this, and this is really it's such a ridiculous thing. Why would you be trying to take advantage in this situation? What a joke. This guy's a joke. Anybody that's doing that is a joke. There are healthcare workers and people that need this stuff that haven't gone out and hoarded it and went and rationally bought like we're told to do.
And I've actually got some breaking news real quick that just came out. Steve Smith, the owner of Tootsie's and Kid Rocks and Honky Tonk Central, has come out and pretty much in a way said that he doesn't give a shit about people of Nashville, saying that
we've known this. This is not news.
Because Mayor Cooper rightfully wants to shut the bars down so that people aren't getting sick. Because we saw videos from this weekend of people in these bars shoulder to shoulder. Right. When we were in Columbus, the bars were pretty much empty. When we made sure, when we got into a bar, go to a corner and only hang out with like our group. He's pretty much saying, screw that. He's only going to step in if Bill Lee does something. So yeah, Steve Smith pretty much showing that, he doesn't really care about people in Nashville.
Yeah, this is not news. I mean, I hear you, where it's technically news where he just said it, but that's pretty much par for the course. So.
But anyway, so let's move out of that and out of that breaking news and some other breaking news that we didn't talk about earlier in the news. Ryan Tannehill getting signed.
Oh yeah, old Tannehill getting him a nice little contract.
I think 4 years, $118 million.
Yeah, he had some pretty good guarantees. It sounded like as well. So
don't think Tom Brady's coming to Nashville now.
No, well, I mean, it would be maybe we're gonna do like a 2 quarterback thing.
Because everyone knows Tom Brady's gonna sit on the bench.
Well, no, he's gonna play. They're gonna both play at the same time. Yeah. They're both quarterbacks.
Oh, that's the duo you want for the Wildcat.
Two QB system. It's like such a crazy Wildcat where we don't even actually have a Wildcat quarterback type of situation. You just have 2 regular guys standing back there. Yeah. No, congrats to him. But also, actually, something else I wanted to bring up that we forgot to put on the dot. Any NHL owner, aka the owner of the Flames, that is indicating that he's not going to pay his support staff during this situation and is just generally being a jerk, that is also a joke. I would say that's probably a bigger joke than the joke that we brought up, because these are people's livelihoods that they were kind of expecting some money to come in. So there's a bunch of owners that have come out and said, yeah, heck yeah, we're going to pay them for the rest of the season, because I would imagine they have probably some sort of business stoppage insurance type of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, rich people get insurance for insurance, So to say, be a billionaire and tell the guy making $12 to $20 an hour working at an arena that, because I'm not going to be making any money, neither are you.
And here's my thing. These teams, these are multi-million-dollar teams.
Right.
And they probably pay more in ads than they would if they just paid these employees for the stuff going on. That's like free ads for them. That makes them look good,
right?
And it would probably be cheaper than a nationwide ad campaign.
Well, and now what's happening is like a lot of the players are pitching in, and regular people are donating and stuff, and people are like, oh, that'll show him. No, it won't show him. It shows that he can just do nothing, and other people are going to pay his way.
I hope that when the league comes back, that the Flames arena is just empty.
I really, really, really hope that I don't know if the Predators have announced anything.
They have.
They're going to pay them.
Yeah, they're going to pay them.
Good. Because I mean,
they were one of the first that came out and said we're definitely paying people
because it's the right thing to do, huh, Bobby? And it's not. And I mean, we're talking like probably 12 games worth of money that, like you're saying, if you have 300, 400, 500 to 1,000 people not show up, I mean, on a consistent basis, you're definitely going to lose money after just not paying a little money type of deal, So I'm glad that the Preds are doing that, because I'd hate to have to bash them for
All right, so let's move into pop culture. We've got 3 little things here that we haven't really prepped for. We're going to talk about. The first thing we want to talk about is, what 3 things do you buy at the store to freak out the clerk?
Okay, I guess we can probably throw a couple together here. I'd say one grouping would be a box of adult diapers, a huge jar of crunchy peanut butter, and a bottle of wine.
That sounds like an amazing weekend.
That would be, I mean, yeah, right, exactly. And so they're going to be like, what
if I've got to self-quarantine, that's what I want. because the toilet paper sold out. Nobody's buying all the adult diapers.
Feet up on the couch, dude. Dipe on.
It's dipe time.
Drinking some wine.
It's got to be box wine.
Eating peanut butter. Right, a box of wine. Absolutely. So I think that would be a really good grouping just to freak out the clerk. All right. So what do you got? Give me one.
I mean, I'm literally just thinking on the spot.
Yeah, me too. That was.
I'm gonna say, pretty typical. Like, I know you can get them on Amazon. I want that big, like, 5-gallon bucket of lube.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, you're going more a little industrial grade. So, like, why not just get like the regular thing of lube that they have, but like a bunch of. Well, I guess you can't because it's 3 items. So you just have to do 1 tube of lube, bro.
A big tube of lube.
I guess you could do
a
it
hatchet.
at Sam's. Okay. Yeah. That's
and
good.
and I guess like at Sam's Club, an industrial pack of like plastic to wrap a room in.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you're going just for the straight up killer motif. Yeah, that works. It's a little on the nose though. Go with a box of condoms, a watermelon, and then like a drill. So yeah, I would say that would sufficiently freak the clerk out enough that I would probably get a laugh or two. She would definitely tell people that I bought those items.
I mean, do they sell chloroform in stores? I don't even know if is that a thing they sell in stores?
I think that's something that you have to like pair some items together to make your like homemade chloroform. It's like bleach and something else, right?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't think you can just go buy straight up chloroform though. So I mean, maybe let's pretend in this instance they have bottles of chloroform. What are you getting with the chloroform? I mean, because chloroform in itself, you've already kind of won the freaking them out thing,
It's ethanol. Can be purchased in the United States from Lab Alley. Okay, so I accidental plug there.
Yeah, you're gonna have to find a guy.
You actually you can use a 10% discount code to buy some. So
okay, so save that for yourself for later, Bob.
What's creepier, chain or rope?
Ooh, I would say that I just pick your other 2 items, and then we'll decide after you've picked your 2 items, because it could be dependent,
One of those way oversized rugs.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Don't know why.
Okay.
Just change it up. Don't want to be too on the nose.
Then already I can tell you that the weirder thing would definitely be the chain. The chain. So you got a chain, you got a way oversized rug.
I thought it was starting off with chloroform, or was that just by itself?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I guess chloroform,
But we can't buy it.
You can't buy it. Yeah, you can't buy it. So what else are you getting?
I guess a cinder block.
Cinder block would be really good. Also, gloves would be an extremely good call in that instance as well. I'm thinking that
this has quickly turned into us planning crimes.
We
are now premeditating.
Right. If we ever accidentally do one of these things, I watch a lot of Forensic Files, so you never know. If we accidentally do one of these things, now we have documented proof that we were like planning these.
Yeah,
so.
Listeners are like, I don't think this is a joke anymore. I think this is their list.
Yeah, this is actually what they're buying. They're trying to cover their tracks here. So. So
maybe we should move on before we get too deep.
Before we lose.
Not that this
listener.
next thing is any better.
Right, we're not.
So we're moving into this or that.
This or that. So let's do it. What do we got? We don't got a lot here today.
Okay, finger-sized nipples or nipple-sized fingers. You got to pick this or that.
Finger-sized nipples, man. Nipples.
Now this is not side to side, because you originally, when we talked about this, thought that the finger size was going left and right, like you just have a wider nipple. No, it's fingers length coming out.
I know, but I would never be able to do anything with nipple-sized fingers. So I'm going with the finger-sized nipples.
Just for utility.
I'm just going to be a weirdo. Maybe I'll become like a trench coat guy because with those weird nipples, I feel like a trench coat would, because first of all, nobody will ever look at me because they're going to be scared of me. And then maybe I'll start dealing watches or something.
Yeah, you can hang them right on the nipples.
Right on the nipples, dude. I'll just embrace it.
I think we're both on agreement, just for utility wise.
Agreement, yeah. It's just super easy. I mean, your hands, you do so much. What about your toes? Would you give it up if we switched it from finger sized, make it nipple sized toes? Do you think that? Are you
so
still keeping
no more flip flops then? presume.
I
You got to
never-
buy all new shoes because your shoe length just your shoe size just changed.
I never wore flip flops.
I'm always been a big flip flop
I'm a
guy.
slide guy, you know. So I mean,
Yeah.
slides are.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
I'd be fine. In
I
the
think
slides.
I would make that change.
Yeah, because the nipple thing is really gonna like mess with your just day to day.
Now I'm not all scientific. It might throw off my balance, but I'm assuming that after this, my balance is the same.
Right. I mean, then you don't have big nipples. So.
Yeah, because those big nipples are probably weighing you forward anyway.
Okay, so this one is like ridiculous, and I don't even know why you put it on here. All right, and I feel like that's like an easy answer,
Maybe?
but not really. You know,
Yeah.
like it's like you got some utility in both choices. So, do you want to eat chocolate flavored shit or shit flavored chocolate?
Yeah. So I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, this is easy. Then I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, and I guess like
So I mean, really, the final answer is you just never eat chocolate again.
Mhm.
I mean, but if you have to eat chocolate regularly,
right.
I mean, I'm not eating shit. So I guess I'm just dealing with the taste.
Right. It's just like a mind thing when it's just a bad taste.
Because at the end of the day, like,
right?
you're eating the shit that tastes like chocolate, but it's still shit. Like, you're gonna get sick.
Right, exactly. Like it tastes good. Like that actually.
And are
be
you
to a
having
detriment.
are you having to prepare the shit chocolate yourself? Like, are you having to go to the toilet and make it, or is somebody bringing it to you on a plate?
This is a ridiculous question that you threw on here, Bobby. I think it's yeah.
These
I
are
think
the life questions that need to be answered, though.
I'm not eating somebody's dump, dude.
Oh, I thought it had to be ours.
Oh, it's our
Yeah, no,
own.
yeah, it has to be your
Well,
own shit.
I'm not eating my own either.
Oh no, yeah,
You know,
it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't. That's
no,
not
bro.
really.
No, bro. It's our own.
Oh, well, in that case,
Never mind.
bring it on.
I already do that. Yeah, so that was a super easy one.
We just lost half our listeners.
We lost them way long ago when sports died.
Yeah.
Something before we kind of move towards the end, I did want to ask you what you thought. I haven't heard anything. The Iditarod started last week, the Alaskan dog race across the country. You know, when they
First time hearing about it.
well, I mean, it's every year. You know, Balto.
I know of the movie. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, a little. You know, they run across. It's a race. It's like a dog race.
Yeah,
so-
I didn't know that was based on a real thing or anything.
yeah. I mean, what did you think that there was just like a fake?
No,
dog
I
race?
thought
There's been,
that-
like real things.
Yeah, I think like I knew that horse-drawn carriages were a thing, but that you don't see those on the road anymore. I
What
thought that
about-
was just an old form of
It's
transportation.
like a sport. No, it was like a sport in Balto. It
I
was
didn't see the
literally a race.
movie.
Why didn't you see the movie Balto? No, so I wonder if you're still going, if they even know about any of this. Shit.
Well, from what I do know of the movie, don't they have to do it now to get the vaccine for COVID-19?
Oh, that was part of the movie. Yeah. So
Okay.
that was. Oh, so you haven't seen it, but you seem to know about Balto.
I mean, I know of like the general plot. I'm still a human.
No, so I think you're right. So I mean, I guess it's a real life Balto, although there is no vaccine. And okay, so we didn't do a what are you binging this week?
But it's been the news.
Because it's basically been, just planning on not dying. I mean, if
Hard liquor to clean my inside so it doesn't get the virus.
If I had been binging, I mean, I've still been watching SVU. Now that I'm kind of into that, it's going to be basically what I'm binging for the next 45 weeks.
You just have to summarize each arc.
Right. I got my boy Ice-T that's running down some cool leads. So, all right, but we do have some what snaps your stick, and
I don't have a sports one this week.
you don't have a sports.
Well,
this
I guess we
week.
covered it earlier. Just what do you like? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
But so
no, it's okay.
So what's snapping our stick? Brought to you by Sierra Nevada. Mine has always been I just don't get it. To me, it's a common courtesy. When you get done unloading your groceries into your car, you return the shopping cart. Yeah, notice I said shopping cart and not a buggy because it's not a buggy. It's a shopping cart.
Well, yeah, it's not a buggy where you're from up in the Nawath, but you also say I'm going to the head when you mean you're going to the bathroom. We all have different phrasing, and I'm going really far to defend something that I absolutely agree with 100%. It is a shopping cart, Bobby. It is a shopping cart. It's not a buggy.
But no, listen, and I get it.
No, that is so true.
And here's the thing: even if you're having a bad, you can always tell the type of bad, the type of day someone's having by how they return their shopping cart.
Sure.
You've got I'm I'm 30 feet away and I'm just gonna push it towards it. Hopefully it makes it in.
You're completely justified in doing that if you're having a bad day.
Then there's the person like me. I walk up. When I get to, once it reaches the metal thing, I push it to the end.
Yeah.
Then you have the person that I've seen, they walk it all the way to the end of the little metal aisle, which I think is a little odd.
See, no, but I'll even take it a step further. I'm usually a guy that kind of straightens up some carts. I'm like, this one doesn't roll in well enough. Like, I got to readjust, but that's more just who I am.
Yeah.
It's.
And then you've got the guy who's having a real bad day and he just, he gets there and he just slams it in.
See, I'm still obviously a cart rider. You're running to the car and you hop up on there and you ride. So I usually ride the cart back to the arena.
Yeah. What I hate is when and this happens a lot when I go to the Kroger. And notice I didn't say Kroger's. It's Kroger.
The Krogers.
The Krogers.
The Krogers is what is the phrase that you're looking for.
Yeah. So and that is when you just plop the front wheels up on a curb.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, yeah.
First off, it's usually taking up a parking space.
Sure. Now, I've always thought about it. Are we killing the cart wrangling industry when we box up our carts there?
No, because I still have to come get them and take them inside.
Yeah, right. But
that's their job. They're doing extra by wrangling carts.
Well, right, but for the lazy kid that really doesn't want to be in there with his manager. He'd much rather be outside wrangling up some carts, dude. He's working by the hour, Bobby, not by he's not getting paid by the cart, So I guess if it's raining, you wouldn't want to be out there, but you get to wear that dope little vest, man. You get to
living
ride
life.
carts. You get to ride, and especially if the situation is where you have one of those electronic things that you drive.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I feel like I would want to operate one of those all the time.
So I guess we found your life calling, huh? As a cart wrangler.
A cart guy. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that it sounds like a dream or anything, but I'm saying it's gotta sound like it's better than doing some of the menial tasks that you'd have to do while working at a facility that has shopping carts type of deal.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a really good one. I came prepared for the people, even though we're going to be short. That's cool, man. It's all good. We're all in a state of shock right now. You're traumatized.
I am.
I can see it in your eyes. So, my sports one that I have is when ESPN hides a article behind an ESPN Plus paywall.
Yeah, it's annoying.
I'm completely okay with ESPN Plus having a paywall. That's not my problem here. It's when you pretend like this article is an ESPN article and you get in to only find out that it is not, in fact, an ESPN article, but an ESPN Plus article. You are not being candid with me, and I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
So that is something that snaps my stick. Nothing. It doesn't snap my stick enough to where I'm freaking out about it, and I gotta go on a long rant about it. But my non-sports is probably something that I'll probably rant a little bit more about. Why do folks put political a political candidate bumper sticker on their car? First of all, they expire. Second of all,
hopefully they expire.
What purpose? Well, I mean, even if they're running for office again, it's a new campaign. It's not the same year and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they have an expiration date just built in already. And what are you trying to do? Who are you trying to convince? Are there people that are driving the streets and they're like, you know what?
Dope
You're
sticker,
right.
man.
You know what? You're so right. I'm actually going Bush Cheney. Hell yeah, buddy. I get, people wanting to wear T-shirts of political or whatever.
Because you can take that off.
Candidate. Well, right. And if you see me wearing it, you actually can discuss something with somebody and actually have a discussion and maybe change.
Next time when you're at a red light, you should get out, tap on the window, and be like, I want to have a discussion about this with you, man.
Can you please? I'm so sorry, sir. I see that you are obviously an ambassador for the senator. I would like to hear what you think about his issues.
Don't mind that honking. It'll be okay. They understand our situation.
They see that you have the political bumper sticker back here.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is something that is super nonpartisan. Obviously, everybody does it.
Yeah.
It's so weird to me.
And my thing is magnets are fine.
Magnets, I guess that would be okay.
Yeah, because you can take that. I had a magnet. Sure. Unfortunately, I got a magnet, and then boom, my car is. I guess is made of aluminium and it just doesn't stick to it.
Did you just say aluminium?
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 The proper pronunciation?
No, it's not proper just because that's how they say it in Britain. Okay.
And most of the civilized world?
Yeah, well, freak them, dude. So...
I'm going to talk about aluminium while I ride my zebra.
You did say zebra this weekend, man. So, okay. What'd you learn, bro? What'd you learn today?
I learned that life without sports is dark.
It is.
And it's like that scene from Saving Private Ryan when Tom Hanks gets shell-shocked and he's kind of just in a
sitting
fog
there.
state. Yeah.
Well,
I'm not saying we're going through the same thing that soldiers
Sure,
on D-Day went through.
Sure,
we are.
I mean, for us personally,
yeah.
we're not as strong as these soldiers and stuff. So we just are who we are. So
Yeah.
I would say that
This is our war. This is the war of 2020.
but this is seriously something we'll talk about for years, man.
Decades.
This is the
great
a really
darkness.
crazy situation. I learned you had no idea that dog racing was a thing.
No,
In
I
real
knew
life.
dog racing like at a track.
Right.
Which I don't.
Oh,
which
no,
I want to
okay,
go on.
so-
I want to go on record and say I don't like dog racing on the track, but I knew it existed.
I do want to go on record and say I do enjoy dog
Okay.
racing at a track. Like, I get it. I get where you're coming from, but it is super fun. But it's being banned
Yeah.
in a lot of places.
Yeah,
So
Which,
maybe
Maybe
I'm on the
It's
wrong
weird
side of
because I have
history.
no problem with horse racing, so I don't understand why I don't like dog racing.
Well, sure. Like I'm definitely. It's like one of those situations where I'm on the wrong side of history. Like my grandchildren.
But that's
are
your
gonna be
hill,
like,
and for God's sake, you're dying on
Sure.
it.
Well, it's but like I don't have like super strong feelings to one side, but like I just enjoy it. When I have the opportunity to, and, which is not a lot. So like I really hope I don't get hated on for something that I've done like maybe 2 or 3. I'm not done. Okay, I'm not the dog racer myself. I've just been to a dog track.
I guess what I've just learned is that you hate dogs.
I'm actually I know you may have heard of my buddy Michael Vick. So you just didn't know that there was like a Balto style race.
No, I didn't know that. Like, no.
Okay, so that's what I learned. Guess it's time to get out of here.
Usually,
Close us out of here, bro.
it's pretty sad closing out. Today, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of ready to get back to get in bed and finish this weekend off.
Yeah, get this
But
done.
all right, for Brandon Bond, this is Bobby Butler. This has been another episode of the Pucks Out Podcast. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
Thanks for listening to the Pucks Out Podcast. To see what other ridiculousness the guys are up to, check them out on Twitter and Instagram @PucksOutPod.